Hi math students, this is our introduction video for our lesson on two-step equations. I want to start with some of the vocabulary you will hear in this lesson. Two-step equations look something like this, where there are two numbers on the same side as your variable. The first number is going to be that number with your variable. This word we've heard before, it is the word coefficient. And so remember, coefficient is that number in front of the letter or your variable that's being multiplied. The other number that is on the same side of the equation as your variable is this number here, and we call that number the constant. The constant is going to be the number in your equation that is added or subtracted. So here we're adding 3, so 3 is our constant. It's good to know these two words because when you solve a two-step equation, there's always a specific order you solve in. The first number you always begin a two-step equation with is your constant. So looking at this equation here, we can start the same way we started our one-step equations. I draw a line at my equal sign. I find which side my variable is on. That's over here on the left. And there are the two numbers we just talked about that I need to cancel or remove in order to solve. We are going to start with our constant. And so that is that number plus 3. Using what we learned last week, in order to solve an equation, I always want to do the opposite. The opposite of plus 3 is minus 3. And just like last week, I'm going to write it on both sides of my equation. When I do that, 3 minus 3 is 0, is nothing, so we can say those cancel. I then want to copy everything else in my equation. So the difference with two-step equations is before we would have our answer after this, but I still have a second step because I copy 5x on the left side, and on the right side it says 18 minus 3. I copy down the answer, 15. Now that I canceled my constant, now I can remove the coefficient. Last week we saw equations like these, this one-step equation right here, so hopefully you remember what to do. 5x means multiplication, so I do the opposite, I divide. And I want to divide both sides by the number 5. I do that so that my 5's cancel, and I only have x left. That's what I want. On the other side, it says 15 divided by 15 divided by 5, which is the answer 3. And so this says that missing number is the number 3. I put over here our last step is you can check by substitution. Remember, this equation is saying 5 multiplied by what number plus 3 gives us 18. And we have figured out that that number is the number 3. So I can check by substituting. That means replacing. It means replacing x with the number 3. And if I do that, if I take out the x and I put in the number 3, my equation says 5 times 3, which is 15, plus 3 does give us 18. That helps me know that my answer is correct, because 3 must be the missing number. There's one down here for you to try. Go ahead, pause the video, try this problem, and then come back to the video to see how you did. For the second equation here, I'm going to draw my line, and we said we always want to start with our constant. This equation, my variable is on the right side, so the two numbers I need to get rid of are that 4 and that minus 2, and our constant is 4. I know my constant is 4 because there's no variable with it. The opposite of that positive 4 would be a negative 4, so I want to subtract 4 on both sides. When I do that, 4 minus 4 is 0, and so what is left? Well, 20 minus 4 is 16, so I have 16 equals. Be really careful here, it's not just 2x. Look at that 2, it's got a negative sign in front, so I need to copy down negative 2x. My second step is getting rid of our coefficient, that negative 2. Negative 2x means negative 2 multiplied by x, so I'm doing the opposite. I am dividing by negative 2. Sometimes students ask, should I divide by positive or negative? You always divide by the same number. So up here, there was a 5 in front, a positive 5, so I divide by positive 5. Here there's a negative 2 in front, so I divide by negative 2. That gets x all by itself, and then on our other side, 16 divided by negative 2 is negative 8. If I wanted to check this equation, remember I'm trying to figure out 20 equals 4 minus 2 multiplied by what number? We think that number is the number negative 8. If I do this math, negative 2 multiplied by negative 8 is positive 16. And guess what? 4 plus 16 does equal 20. So that helps me know our answer is correct. In class today, we're going to solve a lot more equations that look like this. You are ready for today's lesson. Thanks so much for watching.